SpaceGodzilla, the king of monsters turned intergalactic, hell-bent on destroying original Godzilla and draining the Earth of its core. As a movie, SpaceGodzilla sounds pretty hilarious, but things wouldn't be so funny if the death dino was real, would they? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that likes to answer a plethora of queries on a range of topics, including science, science fiction, space, history, politics, pop culture, and beyond. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today I'm asking, what if SpaceGodzilla was real? That's right, SpaceGodzilla. I want to hear all of your thoughts before we get into this, so please do leave me a comment and let me know what you would do if SpaceGodzilla was real. Also, while you're down there, why don't you leave a thumbs up on this video and share it with a friend. If you want to connect with the team behind Life's Biggest Questions, there are links to our social media in the description box. SpaceGodzilla, my goodness. So for those of you who aren't aware of the 1994 Japanese masterpiece, SpaceGodzilla is a mutant Godzilla who was already a mutant dinosaur itself in the first place. So yeah, SpaceGodzilla is a mutant dinosaur who came to be when Godzilla's cells were brought into space and exposed to the radiation of a black hole. Sure. The mutant then destroys a space station on its way back to Earth and then hijacks the Fukuoka Tower as the power converter to turn the Earth's core into an absorbable energy source that will make it even stronger. Are you with me? Okay, glad you're up to speed. Oh, wait, and SpaceGodzilla has mind control powers, can fly, and can produce crystals that somehow make him stronger. Good old SpaceGodzilla. So if SpaceGodzilla was real, the first to know about it would be our mates at NASA and the International Space Station. Although, if I were aboard the ISS, I might worry considering the dino's history of space station destruction. Presumably, SpaceGodzilla would be first spotted by NASA, who may mislabel the mutant as an asteroid or comet. Despite being a hefty 80,000 metric tons and 250 meters in flying height, in terms of a projectile hurtling Earth, it isn't really that big. NASA would probably leave him to it, assuming that as an asteroid it would burn up as it entered the Earth's atmosphere. Now, this would give nasty old SpaceGodzilla room to land. If SpaceGodzilla was real, I would not want to live in Japan. The space monster and its earthbound predecessor always seem to run riot in Japan, and in the movie it is the Fukuoka Tower that SpaceGodzilla destroys. The Destructo Dino has an aura that causes electrical disturbances, so if it were real, it could seriously mess up the power grid, causing widespread outages. The intergalactic mutant wants to use the Earth's core to generate power to sustain itself, slowly diminishing the core's ability to heat and sustain planet Earth. While this wouldn't be a quick destruction for us, make no mistake, SpaceGodzilla would eventually destroy the Earth if left unattended. This would mean that we would absolutely need to go into combat with the dastardly dino. In the Godzillaverse, humans unleash Mogura, a destructive robot with an arsenal of weapons. While we may not go down the robot route, the United Nations would definitely attempt to attack the pest using whatever means possible. SpaceGodzilla forms protective and empowering crystals, so we would need to destroy those and avoid its deathly corona beam, basically a catastrophic heat ray. Fighting SpaceGodzilla would come with a number of precarious challenges, not least the fact that he can float, fly, and control our minds. Our best way of defeating him is to get him on the ground and pin down his tail. His little dinosaur arms are pretty useless at fighting. We would basically need to trap him so that he was facing one direction and then shoot at him from the back. Now, you don't want to go approaching his fire-breathing end, so the back really is the only option here. Should we even kill him though? Well, that's the question really. Would we know his story, or would we assume that he's an alien? If we did, would we try and negotiate with him? Would we be worried about aggravating his lineage? If humans thought that SpaceGodzilla was an alien, would this bring the world closer together? Alien or not? I actually think so. I've honestly always thought the only thing needed for world peace would be a recognizable external threat. What would happen when the threat is eliminated? How much damage would we need to repair? I really have to wonder about these space crystals. Would they be precious? Would we harvest them and sell them for jewelry? Or, as a mineral, would it be useful to us? I'm certain that scientists would want to run tests on it to see how it's made and what it's made of. Right, now that we've mentioned the science of the whole thing, there are plenty of scientific questions here. In fact, fact, I would even go as far as to call it a can of worms. For example, if SpaceGodzilla is real, does that mean that Godzilla is real? And if so, who created him and why? In the movies, Godzilla was spawned of radiation. Would this be the case in real life? And of course, if SpaceGodzilla was created with space radiation, if this is a thing, what other mutants could we make and unleash on Earth? Just to get really real for a second to end this video, Godzilla as a concept, as a science fiction mutant, came as a result of the devastating nuclear attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The monster was born from a real fear of what nuclear radiation can do, what it can destroy, and what horrors it can create. Since the nightmarish bombings, the world has staved off fighting worldwide wars for good reason. We absolutely do not want to know what horrors could come around if we ever started nuking one another again. SpaceGodzilla, honestly, would be the least of our worries. So guys, what do you think would happen if SpaceGodzilla was real, and what would you do about it? What course of action would you recommend taking? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, do leave us a thumbs up to let us know that you like these types of videos. Also, do tell us what you would like us to bring to you next. We are all ears. For now, I'm gonna bust on out of here. I certainly do hope that we come into contact with aliens one day, but I could really live without coming across SpaceGodzilla, the brute. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, please do stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.